Hey guys, how's it going everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, ladies and gents. Welcome on back to a brand new episode of LEGO Incredibles. And today we're going to go on ahead and customize two more Batman-themed characters because, of course, we are trying to go on ahead and get as many awesome Batman characters into the game as possible. So, of course, don't forget, guys, if you enjoyed this episode of Customs, just take one quick moment to go on ahead and join that like squad by hitting the like button. So with that all in mind, ladies and gents, let's go on ahead and teleport over to Edna Mode's house. We're going to be working on two different characters here today. One villain, one hero. So it will be the team of Batgirl and Bane. So that should be a pretty exciting overall set of characters to add to an already pretty stacked roster of characters that we've customized. So I'm quite happy with what we've done so far, but obviously would like to go on ahead and try to make an even better character this time. So of course, if you have not seen all of these characters that are up here, like characters like Thor, for example, which, by the way, yes, I'm aware of the fact that a lot of you guys pointed out that in the comics, Thor does not have a beard. That's wrong, because it depends which comic book we're talking about, right? Like, that's the thing. There's been iterations of Thor, plenty of them, in fact, that have had the beard. So I'm not really sure why people were so vehemently, like, against my point and telling me, like, he's never had a beard. Have you read Ultimate Thor? Have you seen the most recent Thor run with Jason Aaron, the Unworthy Thor? He's got a beard. So I'm not really sure why people were so, like, upset about that. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to go on ahead and clarify that obviously there's been iterations of him without a beard in the comics and with the beard. We just went for the bearded look because I felt like it would look a little bit better as the overall option. Now, either way, ladies and gents, since the focus for today is actually Bane and Batgirl, let's go on ahead and focus on those two. So we're going to go on ahead and begin with the Bane character. We've got a pretty good roster of Batman-themed characters already. We've got the black and gray outfit for Batman. We got Joker, Robin, Nightwing, Two-Face, and Harley Quinn. So that's a pretty good roster right there. And of course, today we're going to add two more to this already impressive list with Bane and Batgirl. So let's go on ahead and begin with the character of Bane and what I'm going to do first, because again, I do not want to forget. So, you know, first things first, we're going to go on ahead and change the name, remove the cape, because obviously Bane does not have a cape, and then begin working on our Bane design. So for Bane, I think that it would be important for us to go on ahead and use one or at least some type of a container for him. You know what? It would be kind of cool to actually go on ahead and make that kind of like that poisonous venom that he would have around his body. So I think that would be fitting. We're going to remove the hair piece, at least for now. And now we're going to need to take a look at different faces. So, of course, there's not going to be anything that is exactly like Bane in terms of the mask that he has with, you know, the big giant kind of eyes and that almost like skull-like pattern between the eyes. That's not going to be something that is going to be available. So we're going to need to improvise. Maybe we'll do even something that is a little bit more similar to like maybe Arkham Origins Bane or Dark Knight Rises, like something like that, you know, where the character could have a little bit more leeway as far as how he looks. But ideally, I still want something that is predominantly black as far as the color of the outfit, because I feel like that would be fitting for Bane. So I think that might be a good option, honestly. So we might use that one. In fact, I think that's the one we're going to have to use, because otherwise all we have as options is like the masks and stuff like that. But I don't really feel like that would be very Bane-like. Again, if something like this maybe could have been recolored, we could have maybe made that work. But again, since there's no recoloring options in the game, we have to go with what's there. I think that that option that we showed before is the one that we're going to go with. So let's go on ahead and, whoops, I almost picked the wrong one. Select this right here. So this should work very, very well for our design. At least I hope so. So the hope and the dream is that this turns out to be a decent looking character. Okay. Do we do no gloves or gloves? You know what? Let's give him gloves. We'll do the sleeveless look for him then. So sleeveless, but with gloves. And then what we want is something that is going to be, if there are any, like a tank top type look or something like that. I don't know if they have those. Ideally in black, of course. That would be great. That could kind of work as well. That's almost like Arkham, or sorry, not Arkham, the Dark Knight Rises Bane, you know, where he kind of looked a little bit more military sort of inspired. So I feel like that could work as well. So that's a possibility. We might go on ahead and select that as an option. So I think that that's a decent possibility here. I guess technically we could probably use one of these, but the problem is, again, they're both in very bright colors. If they had the same exact piece, like the same exact torso, but in black, I would have totally chosen that, because I think that would have looked really, really cool for Bane. We could go completely no shirt, Bane. There we go. Boom. No, that's not an option. That is not an option. Could go with that, or actually even that. That could be kind of cool. That's almost like Arkham Origins, remember? Like that look. And again, of course, I understand that a lot of people are also going to say like, hey, dude, it should be a big fig. Well, I can't magically add big figs into the game when there's no way to do that. So I think I'm actually going to go with this, honestly. I think that might even look cooler than the original design. Now, for the legs and everything like that, I think that I just want to go with the black overall, like that. So I think that that looks pretty good. I do want to try... Oh, I can't change. I was wondering, like, if I change the color on that to green, how cool would that have looked? But since you can't change colors on it, we have to stick with what we had before. I'm trying to decide which green we want to go with. I think that this one's probably a little bit more accurate, but this one looks a little bit nicer, so I think we'll go with that one there. So... that will be the selection. Obviously, the power set is going to be very easy with him because it's just super strength. There he is, Baneosaurus Rex. Hey, dude, he is looking really cool, actually. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the way that this guy turned out. Honestly, surprisingly so. I think he turned out quite cool. All right, so... that, ladies and gents, is going to be our design of Bane, which is awesome. I'm very, very happy with the way that this guy turned out. So that is fantastic. Now, from here, let's go on ahead and move on to the one that is going to be far more challenging, and that is the Batgirl design. Now, I knew that out of these two, Batgirl would be much more difficult. Now, again, we could obviously go with different looks here for Batgirl because we could do, let's say, the more recent interpretations of Batgirl have a lot more purple to them, like especially if we look at the Lego Batman movie, if you remember. She obviously very clearly had a certain look to her. So obviously those types of things are going to create certain limitations on how we're going to be able to make this character look. But we'll see. You know what, actually, the first thing I want to do is probably take a look at torsos, because I want to see if there are any good purple torsos, because I want to say that there's none overall. Like, I don't think that there are any. Well, actually, no, there's that one with the U hero, right? Or the Y hero, or whatever it's called. That's not really purple. I was really hoping that maybe that would be purple, kind of, but it's not purple. This is purple, but that's just like a blouse, so it's not a bat suit. So that's not going to be something that we can use here, unfortunately. Nope, nope. Okay, so there are a couple of purple items, but again, that's not going to work for Batgirl. So that's why I'm thinking we might have to go with the black suited Batgirl. But again, even with that, what look would we go for? Nope. We need the bat logo somehow on there as well, so that's a pretty crucial component. Now, we could do the officer version of her, the way that she looked in the Lego movie, but I feel like that's a bit of a cop-out, and that's a bit of a lame, you know, like, hey, we couldn't figure it out. So I guess that could kind of work. It's almost like a utility belt, right? So that might be an option. Civilian Michelle torso. Got to remember the name of that one. Maybe this? No. That does not. That's clearly an X, so the pattern would not work at all. You know what? Let's try that Civilian Michelle torso and see if we could make, maybe by adding a little bit. Ooh, actually, you know what? Maybe by adding a cape. I would like to make the cape yellow, because I think that would look cool. Then, maybe we need to have some yellow in the costume. So I'm thinking if there's a way to make the hands maybe like yellow and black, that would look really cool, possibly. I'm not sure. There's black and red, but there's no yellow. Purple is there, though. So we could kind of combine the two looks. You know, bring purple and black together. Sort of. And then maybe, I don't know if it'll look good. But let's see. We're going to just combine all three colors. Make the gloves yellow. Would that work? No, that does not look good. The yellow gloves there just did not look very good. Man, oh man. That's tough. What if we made the arms just yellow? I wonder. Would that look bad? Yeah, it does not work very well. Oh, man. I wish we could recolor things. That would look so much better. Well, I guess technically that's kind of what I asked for, like, right? Like yellow and black. So that might... Let's try that. Let's try it. Let's at least see what it turns out like. We know that the hips and all that, that's just going to be pure black like that to try to match the costume. Now, on the face... Oh, man, I just realized. Unless if there's a way to change colors, how the heck are we going to do? I guess maybe I'll use the same thing we used for Batman, right? Sort of. Like that. Because that's kind of a solution, right? Is use the exact same item that we used for Batman. And then maybe something like that. Like Elastigirl's face, maybe. See if there's anything a little bit more accurate. If there is. We could try that, actually. Right? Huh. That could... Well, actually, I feel like that would be really good for a Catwoman design, wouldn't it? If you guys want to see a Catwoman design, by the way, hit that like button. Let me know. Because I think that the one that we just saw before this, or the one that we have right now, actually equipped, would look really, really good on Catwoman design. I think we could make that work really, really well. But I think outside of that, we could probably go on ahead and use this look right here. Now, of course, we could give her an actual hair style instead. And try to maybe... She's got like red-ish hair, right? Like that kind of. We could do that, but then you see that takes away the cape. And I feel like the cape is really important here for this look. Is there anything that's like a mix of cape and... Or, sorry, hair and hat? There really is not anything that would look super accurate. There's the headphones. There's this thing, which, again, that's not really a hat, so that wouldn't really work very well. Let's see. Maybe there's a better helmet that I missed. Or like a hat of some sort that would work better. But there really isn't. Again, just because the stuff that is there is stuck in a certain color. So you have to maintain it a certain way. So that's the challenge. And you know, since we used this for kind of like Batman's cowl, I feel like it's fair to use that for Batgirl's cowl as well. Why not? So let's go on ahead and give her a yellow cape. I guess maybe we could... The cape purple. Is that better, actually? Is that more accurate? Again, yellow cape would be Lego movie design and some previous iterations of Batgirl. Purple cape would be kind of more comic book accurate, I guess, to an extent. Because it's odd, because in the comics, typically, from what I remember at least, her cape would usually be either black or it would be yellow on the inside, purple on the outside. And since I can't control it that much, I think we'll just stick with the yellow then. You know? And I feel like that's the kind of the best of both worlds. All right. So we had the name correctly, right? We're going to give her the same grapple hook ability. And of course, you do gain flight as well, which sort of stinks because obviously we do not want to have flight as an ability for a Batman character. But hey, it is what it is. And in this case, we're going to need to go on ahead and accept that in order for our characters to have the grapple guns that they typically would have, we need to go on ahead and make a little bit of a kind of close our eyes moment, I guess. Close our eyes? That sounds like Toys R Us or something. Weird coincidence, I guess, or something. Weird comparison, I should say. But either way, ladies and gents, of course, let's take a look at the two character designs that we have put together here today. So first and foremost, whoops, where am I going? Gotta go back here. First and foremost, we put together this guy right here, which was Bane. And I will stand by this as being one of the better designs that we have put together so far. Now, of course, guys, be on the lookout. Most likely at the end of this week, I will be posting a video that showcases all of the Batman villains, or Batman characters in general, because some of them are not villains. Of course, Nightwing and Batgirl and Robin we've created. So we've obviously been trying to keep it fair as far as having some bad guys, but also some good guy characters included. Look at Bane. Maybe he's a good guy. Check that out. That was a pretty good rescue right there by Bane. But here's Bane, and I'm pretty happy with the way that this guy turned out. I really, really genuinely think that he turned out quite cool. But then in addition to Bane, we have, of course, gone ahead and put together... Well, actually, let me not do that. Let me switch over to here. And then we have put together Batgirl, who, again, I think turned out really nice. Again, the main reason why we put the yellow on the arms is kind of a twofold effect. One, typically speaking, Batman characters have like these, I guess kind of almost like, they're not really elbow guards, but they're, and not shin guards. I don't even know what you would call that. What's that bone between your elbow and your wrist? Whatever that bone is. So they typically have like spikes on there. So it kind of pretends to be that. But then at the same time, we couldn't find a torso that had any type of yellow on the chest. So because of that, like to create the bat signal that she has on there, or the bat logo, then we went ahead and brought that yellow onto the arms. And I think that that actually turns out really, really nice and looks pretty cool once we see the full look completed. So with all that in mind, ladies and gents, let me know what you guys think of today's customs. If you guys enjoyed them, please, of course, don't forget to take a quick little moment to hit that like button. That is always very, very, very highly appreciated. I will hopefully catch you guys here next time. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.